Hey guys, this is my second update of my Aqueon 54 corner tank. As you can see, I got my fish back in here from the quarantine. I only had them in the quarantine for 2.5 weeks because I had nitrite problems and I tried to do water changes. I had to try to need more rock to hold on to the nitrifying bacteria, but I tested a couple fish with the holding cell to see how they did, and the Babonius did very well. Didn't have any ick on them, so the main tank was ready. Sorry about the focus, but the main tank was ready to add the fish. So I had a couple fish. I did lose my coral croucher from the nitrite in my quarantine tank. It was too high. The fish were breathing hard, so again, had issues with that. You got to have enough biological filtration in that system to able to hold on to the bacteria to handle the bioload that's in that tank. Fortunately, I didn't have enough, so I ran into some issues. But if you're setting up a quarantine tank, it's always good to have some live rock, bio balls, or something like that to hold into the bacteria so it can break down the ammonia to the nitrite to the nitrate. Nitrate is not as bad as the nitrite and ammonia, but it could be deadly, the ammonia and the nitrites. And you can see here a little squabble going on. It's feeding time, but you can see in the middle it's a little hard to get damsel. And normally I don't like damsels because of the aggressive nature, but this is probably the least aggressive of all of them. And this is the Australian version of the starcki damsel. It's deep water damsel, and that's why I think it's less aggressive than any other damsel. And he's been acting pretty good, except for when I got this feeding time. I think he got a little aggressive with the feeding, but he's been pretty much chilling. Actually, the tomini tang showed who's boss as soon as I put him in, and that was, a little tough to show. He's the king of the tank, and the damsel didn't fight back. He was just like, okay, I'll get out of your way, and that was it. So. But overall, the fish is doing pretty good. Babonius is doing great. I want to show you some different corals that I got since my last update. In the back, you can see here with the green branch is the multi-branch Duncan coral. And over here I have an SBS. It's some type of monti. I forgot the name of it, but it has like bluish, tealish polyps, as you see it extended right now. I got an orange capricornus in the back, monti right there. See, I can't focus today here. So, got a capricornus right there. Gold torch is doing very well, and this almost like a neon green or yellowish hammer, which is pretty cool. As you see, the clownfish are chilling there. I also got a bird of paradise coral right here, a nice frag. Hopefully that grows well. Tested with some small frags to see how it does in this tank. I have some little seaweed here that I chopped up at a tang. It's always good to probably use a piece of rock, some rubber band, and use scissors to cut the algae up, the sheets, and that way it's easy to pick off so they don't rip off the whole thing and floating all over your tank and getting stuck in your power head. It's a nice little trick here, and it has a nice little natural movement to it. The frog spawn's doing good. Goniopora was doing okay. He closed up because I had a couple emerald crabs that was walking on it and didn't like it, so it closed up. It'll open up in a little while. As you see, it's about to start coming out again. I can see some of the polyps are sticking their heads out of the coral there. The toadstool I moved over here. He's a little limp right now. That's all right. I just moved him there, so he'll get adjusted. He'll stern up right. I'm not too worried about it. The walking dendro is doing good. My little conch here is always busy looking for some algae off the rocks, doing great with the trachea there. Got some acans here. This is actually to the left is a nice rainbow acan. I always get frags because they do grow pretty good and pretty quick, and has a lot of heads. This is the same thing with this acan to the right here. So I'm going to make this an acan rock. I got some rhodactis mushrooms here. They're really cool looking with a green base and orange all over it, so that's pretty cool, and I added that, as you can see here. Now there's a couple emerald crabs. This one's actually like a strawberry color one, and then I have a green one, so both are reef safe. So pretty cool to have. 290's doing very good. I don't know why this thing's not focusing. Usually it stays on focus, but a cool little thing here, and I got this at my fish store. It's a little ring, comes with a suction cup, and it's food. And you're supposed to put it on the glass, and it gives the fish, as you see the clownfish pecking at it, it's like a natural type of grazing, which happens in the wild. The bonies don't go after, but the damsel, the tang, and the clownfish seem to be going after. The hogfish, not too much, which was floating around, but I'm sure he'll pop his head out. There he is. He goes in and out of rock all day. So my next, what happened was I was going to add my last fish of swimming fish in this tank will be a mimic Red Sea blenny, or mimic blenny. I did get one, but it didn't ship well from ORA, and right now they're very limited to send them out because they are a fairly new fish for them, and they're very small. He came in bad. He was breathing heavy. I normally will leave him in my pen for a little bit to watch him, but I decided to let him shoot into the rocks and let him hide and see if he recovers. But haven't seen him up since 2 days, so chances are he's part of the clean-up crew's stomachs. Unfortunately, that's happens sometimes when the fish don't ship well. So, but I'm going to get another one of those as soon as it comes back on the market, and I'm also getting the Hawaiian golden dwarf moray eel as soon as that hits the market. It's very very tough to get it. I mean, it's out there, but the price is too steep right now. I have a place I usually get it for half the amount of money that these other places are asking, so I'll just be patient and wait for it comes up. This guy usually gets them frequently in. So you can see here the tank's doing good now, and hope your tank's doing very well. Hopefully you can see some growth out of these corals next time you check out the next update. Alright guys, happy reefing, and stay tuned for the next update.